Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 11-inch Uncut BBC News, the hardest news station in the world. We have a major news story to break to you today. 20-year-old model and social media influencer Alexis, who is also known as the GOAT, which means gayest of all time, has reportedly come out as homophobic, as reported by members of the LGTB community. We have the controversial and often undressed gay boy here with us today to discuss what led him to the decision to go anti-fag. Please welcome Alexis Auclair.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Mr. Auclair, your name has been in the media quite a lot recently due to some comments that you've made regarding your attitude towards the ABCD community, where you basically said, and I quote, "Gays are disgusting. Burn those disease-ridden homos."
Whoa. Oh my God, I never said anything even close to that. What are you talking about? All I said was that I don't really agree with the way the community presents itself at the moment, and I think that it causes more harm than good, okay? I'm gay. I love gay people, but it's the community that I can't identify with. Jesus.
All right, interesting. Would you like to elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, yes, I'd love to. So for starters, I believe that, we're at a point now where this constant forced representation just gets on people's nerves. Like, it just pisses people off. Like, wherever you look, there is this representation, as they call it, but it just feels so, like, pushed and forced, and it's just not great. I feel like for normal people, that sort of in-your-face approach rather pushes them away than making them more accepting.
Interesting. Now, you just said normal people. Does that mean in your eyes homosexuals and transgenders aren't normal people?
No, not at all. Look, the majority of people are straight. Gay people are the minority, which, for me, that makes heterosexuality the norm, all right? That's it. It has nothing to do with invalidating any gender appropriations with the pronouns. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that the majority of the world is the norm,
Fascinating. Now, earlier you said that the constant representation has become too much for the normies to handle. Could you explain that a little bit? Like, what do you mean by that exactly?
Well, let's look at it this way. I feel like for any person, the normal reaction to someone trying to force their beliefs onto you would be rejection, right? Everyone has their beliefs and what they think is right and wrong, but not everybody will agree with you. You can't go around trying to force people to accept your beliefs. It's just gonna make you look insane and very rude. And then if you do it for the community, it's just gonna reflect poorly on all of us, even the ones that don't agree with you either, A great example for that is a TikToker named Lily Tino. She's very polarizing, who basically uses the LGBT community for rage bait content, which does not represent the broader community at all. Most people in the community are everyday folk. You would never even be able to tell that they're gay. Like, people that look like me are the 1%. Most people literally look like you, and you, the producer over there, you could be gay. Nobody knows, but that's what the main part of the community looks like. Like, yeah, of course, be proud of who you are, express yourself, show who you are to the world, but you can do it in a more modest and, less invasive way, if you know what I mean. I feel like that would immediately make a much better impression on people that have nothing to do with the gay community at all, and would probably make them more open to, educating themselves about it. That's why I said in the beginning that I think the way the community operates these days causes more harm to the community than good,
I see. Very interesting.
Also, I just don't like how superficial it is.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
You see, in that community, it feels like you're kind of being reduced to nothing but your sexuality, Like, your personality seems to not really matter. It's all about who you fuck, who you're into, and like how many especially with gay men, like how many straight men have you fucked or whatever. It's really strange. You know, I don't want to be a part of a community like that. I want to be a part of a community that values the individual. And you know, it's not like the gay man Alexis. It's Alexis who likes to make music, who likes to meet people, likes to go out and have fun with friends, who just happens to be gay. That's what I want it to be, and it is not that. I wish there was just more of a focus on personality, but I mean, a lack of personality, that's definitely not just an issue within the gay community. That's just an overall issue in our generation.
Okay. So with that mindset, I'm assuming you identify with the Republican Party.
What does that have to do with anything I just said? What? There is no political motivation behind this. It's just purely my opinion. If it happens to align with a certain political party's beliefs, then that's purely coincidental, okay? Look, I don't know why I should be interested in American politics. I can't even vote here. I'm from Germany. All right, just to get that out of the way. But if you really want to know my political beliefs, all right, I consider myself in the middle, neither left nor right, okay? Because, hear me out, both sides have elements that I agree with, but both sides also have elements that I completely disagree with, all right? So I can't really say that I support either or, you know, reject either because I feel like I'm in the middle, you know?
Very insightful. We're running out of time for this interview, so Alexis, is there anything you would like to say to the STD community or the normies?
Yes, be gay, be trans, be bi, whatever you want to be, okay? Do you, make sure you're happy. You're gonna need that in this current world, okay? More than ever. But let's just, you know, kind of keep some basic etiquette and some basic morals so we can just all get along.
Wise words. Final question. So, you're not homophobic?
No, I am.
We're now moving on to our next topic, Jacob Lewis's fisting world record. For 11-inch BBC News, I'm Retarded, and I'll see you after the ad break.